Yeah, let's go play some Umineko. There's murder in my death game. Spoilers. Yeah, so we've had like 8 people die so far. I think we're gonna get to the next death soon. Stream has already ended. Well, we switched games. So, I switch games like every stream. I do like 2 games. We were playing with the original images last time, so... Or, with the new images, so we'll play with the original images this time. I think Beatrice would look hotter with a witch hat. You switch games. If you don't see that, yeah. I resign. Huh? Battler-kun. What did you say? Crying Battler. It's all I ask. Oh, if you wanna go... Here. Let me get something out. Okay. Hopefully this translates well. Hello. Okay, you can see me. Hello, welcome. I was saying yeah, it doesn't help if they don't see you. Sorry about that. I resign. Huh? Battler-kun, what'd you say? Yeah, so, we're having like a battle of witch with the witch. And she keeps trying to prove that magic is real and that she's killing people. But Battler's like, nuh-uh. No, magic doesn't exist. Sorry. I give up. I was able to prove that Kanon-kun couldn't have locked this door. Did Battler 1 give up on something? What is he giving up on? Yeah, so, I think he gave up on pursuing who locked the door. Magic is real, Battler. That doesn't mean I've managed to figure out who killed Jessica. No, that's more than enough. For Kanon-kun's sake, thank you very much. No need to thank me. After all, this means you're under suspicion too, Shannon-chan. Yeah, so all of the servants are under suspicion of killing this one character called Jessica, because they're the only ones that have access to a room, because all the servants get keys. It's the most he could do with no evidence, yeah. And sorry, Aunt Rosa. It's not like I wanted to resist you. I don't want to die, and I want to find Dad and the rest's true enemy. Sorry for saying something that wasn't cooperative. No, it's okay. I was also a little rash. Well, let's make up. As an aunt and nephew, we have to stay on good terms. Right? Aunt Rosa shifted the gun to one hand and held out her other. I reached out, and for the time being, we shook hands. What is this? Futures with the witch hat. Amazing. Beautiful. Can Rosa stop using a gun for 5 minutes? No, she's gotta abuse the children like she tends to do. She's so bewitching. Aunt Rosa's gaze was sharp. In order to deny the witch, she would sacrifice anyone. That's what her eyes told me. Jeez. As aunt and nephew, we should be on good terms. How about you share some of that good terms with your actual child, right? And me? I denied the witch. But I wasn't prepared to lose anything. Rosa is the gun lady. You can't take that away from her. I was probably the one who seemed to be fighting the most, and yet the one who was most separated from reality. Yeah, so as a quick summary of what this game is about, It's about this family that all gets together at a banquet once a year. And there's like this guy that is the head, and he is very old and going to die soon. And so they're all deciding on who gets the inheritance and stuff. But then stuff happens where people start getting murdered. And, oh god, it's really hard explaining the plot of this game. Like, really fast, but it's basically terrible families fighting to the death, and witches, and trying to prove that magic is not real, or that magic is real. It's really hard explaining. With Jessica's death, it became certain that the culprit was hiding somewhere nearby, and that they'd come for our lives if they had a chance. According to Genji-san, when tomorrow morning comes, the boat should arrive. The boat had a radio. We'd probably be able to contact the police directly with that. All of us gathered in the parlor and decided to wait quietly until tomorrow. I proposed that we should search throughout the mansion for clues about the culprit. But Aunt Rosa rejected that, saying that if we managed to corner the culprit, or maybe provoke them, it might lead to a third murder. That was probably the right thing to do, so yeah, they don't know who the murderer is that's going around killing people. So they're trying to stick together to prevent deaths. If a bunch of amateurs like us investigated, there's no way we'd find anything. It would be wisest to focus on protecting ourselves without doing anything unnecessary, and leave it to the police starting tomorrow. We'd been tense at the beginning, but other than Aunt Rosa, most of us had spent all morning watching TV and getting bored, so our sense of danger had faded considerably. We follow Battler as we are in a conflict with Beatrice. He must figure out how she is killing our family in multiple timelines while disproving her claims of magic. Yep, that's the plot. God, Umineko is so complicated. But I like it. When I thought about it, yes, 6 adults certainly had been killed together in the first murder. And while this magical murder mystery is going on, members of chat will praise and affection onto one character, Beatrice. Yeah, everyone loves Beatrice. That made it seem like some backhanded method like poison had been used. Is she killing them, though? She might not be killing them. She wants us to believe that she's killing them, but maybe magic isn't real. And for the second murder, we figured those two became sacrifices because they've been unfortunately isolated from the rest of us. From this, it was possible to imagine that the culprit wasn't a large number of adults. For this, we share with Beatrice a pocket room outside of space and time where we debate with her using the proof we find. The rest you will have to piece it together on your own. A very complicated story. And that they wouldn't be capable of killing this large group gathered in the parlor all at once. Unless they have a gun. Right now, in this parlor, there's George Aniki and me. I want to be Beatrice's furniture. Maria, don't we all? Aunt Rosa, Genji-san, Goda-san, Shannon-san, Kumasawa-san, and then Dr. Nanjo, for a total of 9 people. 9 hours. 9 doors. Elio, magic is real. Ooh, magic is real. Ooh. Furthermore, Aunt Rosa was even armed with a gun. Magic isn't real. Nuh-uh. Surely with this many people staying in this room, they wouldn't be able to touch us easily. Magic is real, but wasn't used to kill the family members. That feeling of security, along with the passage of time, allowed us to recover from the shock of that morning, bit by bit. It is. Yeah, magic is real. By the way, lunchtime had just ended for us. It's not that complicated, it's just long. We just don't know much. Yeah, it's confusing for us too, trying to figure stuff out. However, it had been a canned food lunch, a far cry from the dinner last night that Goda-san had skillfully made for us. Bring magic cat with magic wand. Oh, they should put a magic cat in this game. I want to see a magic cat. Like a black cat like Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Aunt Rosa also suspected that poison may have been used in the first murder. So we probably couldn't deny the possibility that the culprit had snuck into the kitchen during all that confusion in the morning and mixed poison in with the ingredients here. The only true magic is the wondrous construction that is the Smith & Wesson. Oh, let me see. What is this? Let me see. Whack. In-room has spawned translator. Kicks the translator. Yeah, sorry, I'm really bad at talking since I don't really know a whole lot of Russian, even though my family is part Russian. I never really learned a lot of it. So I'm sorry about that. We probably couldn't deny the possibility that the culprit had snuck into the kitchen during all that confusion in the morning and mixed poison in with the ingredients there. Aunt Rosa gave orders to all of us, saying that until the police came, we mustn't put anything into our mouths except safe things like canned food. As a cook, Goda-san must have felt very let down. I hope Goda dies. Apparently eager to display his skill anyway, he said he at least wanted to grab some plates and arrange the canned food on them. At first, Aunt Rosa had been reluctant, examining each one of the plates that were brought, but she hadn't been able to find anything to complain about. And Goda's chef-pick canned food lunch combo was born. Goda-san said something about taste being savored, not just with the tongue, but with the eyes as well. Oh, he gonna do the little thing on the plate with like the sauce and stuff to make it look pretty? Mad Cat is real in Hello Charlotte. True! Maggot plus cat or magic cat. Discuss. Magic cats with magic wands is real. Magic is real. Ooh. I see. It's the same canned food we ate for breakfast, but it feels like something completely different. Magazine cat? Ooh, Bentley! Look! Maggot cat. Solid argument, Barn. This is the wolves and sheep puzzle. Ugh. As I was sitting lazily on the sofa with no desire to watch TV, Maria came over, pulled a picture book out of her handbag, and held it out to me. Oh, what's that book? A wolves and sheep puzzle? Cat's already working the magazines. They make Nya monthly. Let's see. Wolves and sheep puzzle. It was a phrase that Aunt Rosa had said this morning that we'd gone to call on Jessica. Or when we'd gone to call on Jessica. At the time, I hadn't known what it meant, and right after that was that uproar when Jessica's corpse was found, so I'd forgotten about it completely. The book that Maria held out to me looked like a foreign picture book, or something that had been translated. When I opened it, I realized that it was a book stuffed with riddles. There's this magazine that always brought the Cat of the Week. Silly time. I want a Cat of the Week book. You guys ever get those, calendars with cat pics for every month? We got, like, the boring calendar this year, but last year we had a bird calendar. I wish we had a cat calendar this year. So, you have a few wolves and a few sheep, okay? Cat memes is cute and stupid and cool. I love the orange cat memes. They're so feral. I love them. I'll not tolerate this cat slander. All cats are good cats. Even if they bite you. They can bite me as a treat. Have a little nibble. The puzzle is how you take them to the other side using one bolt. I've heard of games with rules like that. So this is a version with wolves and sheep? Elio the biter saying that cats are good even if they bite. There's a very simple puzzle passed on from long ago. Let's try posing a question. Oh boy, he's going on one of his famous rants again. I can just tell by the music. On the right bank, there are 2 wolves and 2 sheep, just like in Alice Mare. There's a boat that as many as 2 animals can ride on, and using it, you have to move all 4 of them to the opposite left bank. Orange cats, the single brain cell kind, the best kind. Yes, oh, I love this puzzle, yeah. And this is a classic puzzle. Yeah, Professor Layden, yeah, I played the puzzle in that too. Dad and Alice Mare had this puzzle. That's the puzzle. There are 2 rules. The first is regarding the boat. World is orange. World is mine. It's very simplistic though, so I wonder what they're going to do with it here. Yeah. Even a single wolf or a single sheep can paddle it. But it can only hold 2 animals. The second rule is regarding the wolves. When they are greater in number than the sheep in any location, they attack the sheep and it's game over. For example, at the start of the game, let's say the 2 sheep get in the boat and go to the other side. Then one sheep gets off and the other goes back to the first bank. When it does, there are 2 wolves on the first bank and a single sheep returns there. When that happens, the number of wolves is greater, so the sheep is attacked and it's game over. On either bank, or even the boat, there must never be more wolves than sheep. Oh, why you bonk me? Bun Bun in the room. I don't want to get eaten by the wolves. We got to shuttle them all across under these conditions. By the way, the right answer is to move both wolves to the opposite bank in the first turn. Then one wolf comes back. On the second turn, you move 2 sheep to the opposite bank. Then one wolf comes back. Then on the third turn, you put that last wolf that was on the right bank on the boat and cross to the opposite bank. And congratulations, transport successful. Wow, spoiler, come on, just telling the answer. SMH. What do you think we are, fools? Battler doesn't think we can solve that on our own, huh? Thank you for the help, hats. Partway, there may be the same number of wolves and sheep in the boat or on either side, but that isn't a problem. You only lose when the number of wolves is greater. This book uses wolves and sheep as an example, but lots of people probably know of the game using different characters. To be fair, he's talking to Maria. True, but Maria's the one that knows about it, right? It looked like Maria wanted to test whether I too could solve the puzzles she knew how to solve. And she kept showing me different pages saying, solve this one, and this one's hard. So, what was happening when Aunt Rosa first mentioned this puzzle? Fish bunk. At least it's not a bear. Yeah, why did Rosa mention this? That's right. Ellie, what the hell are you rambling on about? When we decided to go and get Jessica, we talked about how many men should go. Ah, the boat problem. My favorite game on cool math games. Yo, cool math games! I should do a cool math game stream someday. And Aunt Rosa mentioned the wolves and sheep puzzle, saying we should all go together. Oh, wait a sec. I mean, if she knows it, that's even more reason to tell the answer. True. That could only mean one thing. Easy. I just eat the boat. Battler probably. There are no wolves. There's not a single wolf here. Just transport all the sheep across. Sounds like something Battler would say. Aunt Rosa was saying that there was a wolf among us. Among us. Oh yeah, I know that game. So she was thinking that would be safe if the number of wolves and sheep was in balance, but that the wolves would bare their fangs if the situation changed. Oh, what I say, yo, hello, hello. She already knows, so I think I know why. I need to bop the chat. Yeah, chat always needs to get bopped. At the time, we found our parents' corpses. Aunt Rosa already suspected that the servants might be wolves. She'd sniffed out the possibility that, while she didn't know whether it was all of them or some of them, there were wolves hiding among them. Among us. Sus! Imposter. That's no surprise. Elio. We didn't see anything bad for once. I mean, you guys always should get bonked. This is just like hit game Werewolf. Kotoko mentioned, my beloved. Yeah, we're getting a new Kotoko song soon. In 6 days. That murder scene was very elaborate. Oh, it's a magic word. Oh, a Russian magic meme word. Oh, I see. So you're doing magic. See? Magic exists. Good thing Kotoko is getting the guilty bat next week. If she doesn't get guilty, I will be very surprised. I just know people are voting guilty for her. There ain't no way she's getting out of that. It's easy to imagine that there were multiple culprits. And because she's reached that conclusion, when we went to Jessica's room and learned that Jessica had been killed after being alone with a servant, Kanon, it isn't hard to imagine why Aunt Rosa suspected the servant so persistently. Really depends on one thing. What were her intentions with Amane? Well, at least she didn't beat her up. I don't think. But I think she got prevented. I think she got prevented from fighting her. Don't vote for Beatrice, it was me. You servants. Goda-san is going to the kitchen to clean the dishes. Just in case, would you please all go with him? If she was planning on attacking Amane, guilty. If not, then not guilty. We'll probably see in the video. She's just like a prison guard, so we'll probably see what she did in between. Yeah, we'll probably see her opinion on all of the prisoners. Hopefully. I want to see more of the Milgram songs that shows how they view the other prisoners. My apologies, everyone. We'll see her beat up Futa. Nice. Sorry, what? Hey! Futa! I voted forgive on him. Let us go as a group. Shannon, Kumasawa. We are going.
It should have been me, not him.
Yes, coming. Well then, George-san, excuse me for now. Yes. Take care. Aunt Rosa, could I go as well? I'm sorry, but would you remain here, George-kun? There's something I want to talk to you about. Is that so? Sorry, Shannon. Oh god. Ugh. Maybe my voice isn't recovered after all, jeez. Given how Amane believes in Milgram and Kotoko has a guard complex, I can see how it can generate conflict. Oh yeah. Second trial I can accept not guilty, but I still believe he deserved guilty after the first one. Yeah, I think he did deserve the guilty for the first trial. But I think if he got guilty on that second trial, it would have been a bit unfair. I think he got the message to not, like, cyberbully people. And thank you for take a moment. I guess we'll have to see for the third trial if Futa, like, actually sticks to that and actually learned to be a good person. Futa got the message and took it really well in the second trial, yeah. That was from the voice drama. Yeah, we'll have to see how his third trial comes out. Hopefully no one dies from the second trial. Sorry, Shannon. Anyway, take care. Don't be alone. Yes. I'm sorry, Dr. Nanjo. I wanted to consult you about something. Futa jokes? Oh no, that's his name. His name is Futa. What was his last name? Did he have... Do milligram characters have last names? I forget. Yes, what could that be? Some of them do. The servants put the dishes and empty cans on the serving cart and started to head out into the corridor. Kotoko Twai, you wish! Behind them, Aunt Rosa was talking to Dr. Nanjo about something in a small voice. Understood. Yeah, please no trap jokes or anything. I don't really like those. Understood. I will go. Yes, I'm counting on you. Dr. Nanjo closed the book he had been reading, rose from the sofa, and followed after the servants. Aunt Rosa stuck her head out into the hallway, and after seeing that they were completely out of sight, she closed the door and spoke. Listen up, everyone. With that, everyone here is an Ushidomiya. Yes, that's true. So, you're saying that you've chased out all of the wolves? Amane Twai, cause she's my child. You wish! Explain yourself. What do you mean, explain yourself? Amane's my child! Her last name is Lappy. She's my daughter. I'd be a better dad than her mom. No, she's mine. She's my child. I've adopted her and Maria. They're my daughters. So you're saying that you've chased out all of the wolves, Aunt Rosa? With that one sentence, Aunt Rosa's gaze grew sharp. I could take her to an amusement park without a colt, and I think that makes me a better parent. Apparently, she had picked up on the sarcasm. She laughed lightly. You can't hog all the children. Let us adopt some too. You can adopt, what's a child I don't like? Who's an annoying child? You guys can adopt that child. She laughed lightly. I'd take Amane to a Cult D programming group and ice cream. Good. As you should. Your mind sure works fast, Battler-kun. Kid Elio is a biter. Well, I'm not a kid anymore. So, there you go. Your mind sure works fast, Battler-kun. I like clever kids. You were an annoying child. Oi! Bon and I had the same idea but used it differently. It means there's less to explain. Yeah, now Twy is the annoying child. Ugh! That was smart? Elio is not an annoying child. He was a menace. Glue instead of shampoo. Yeah, I did do that. Can you solve this? Page 64 is hard. Ugh. Maria, go watch TV for a bit. They're playing your favorite, Higurashi nail ripping scene. Mama wants to talk with Battler-kun and George-kun. Ooh, spotted. Ugh. Aunt Rosa. I heard about the puzzle from Battler-kun. I don't think it's wrong to be on our guards, but I also think there's such a thing as being too suspicious. The what scene now? If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. Whether the real culprit is Beatrice or not, there's reason for us to suspect that the servants are in on it. In the first murder, where Nissan and the others were killed, they were treated very brutally, right? Did that look like something that could have been done alone? Maybe the mystery guest, Beatrice-sama, worked all night and did it all. And what about the master key and the door to Jessica's room? Isn't that proof that one of the servants was involved? Rosa is being reasonable for what she is cooking. She kinda has a point. I would also have zero trust with the servants. Only the master key could have locked the door to Jessica's room. I mean, she's wrong, but... So, we can only suppose that one of the servants did it. I mean, is she correct, though? I don't think she's correct, but... She's got, like, she's got reasonable, like, doubt to suspect them. Doesn't mean she's right, but... Yeah, it's a fair assumption. Yeah. No. Wait. Spin the chessboard around. That's strange, Aunt Rosa. After killing Jessica, why would the culprit go to all the trouble of locking the door? That is true! That would just make all the servants look suspicious. The fact that it was locked made it inevitable that the owners of the master keys would be suspected. She is right having trust issues with the servants. There was no reason for them to go to all the trouble of locking the door. If it's not the servants or Rosa or Battler, isn't it Kinzo or George? I hope it's George. But he probably wouldn't do that. He would kill people using jujitsu. That's right. Spin that chessboard, Battler. Rotate it. Eat the chess pieces. It's just as Battler-kun says. There was no need for them to go to all the trouble of making themselves look suspicious. They had everything they needed to commit the murder. Yes, but the fact that they have everything to commit the murder makes them look more suspicious. Wouldn't they want to try and hide that and lower their chance of being suspected? Yes. I mean, they could be dumb, though. That could also be it. They could also be dumb. That's an interesting thought. Of course, I also thought that. If that's the case, then the person who locked it wanted to cast suspicion on the servants, and locked it without a master key. But that's impossible. They locked it with magic! Ooh! Seems a bit off to me. I don't think it's just one person. I'm tempted to say the survivors from the first world are innocent. Right? Classic Elio blaming George. It's all George's fault! Kill him! Shoot him dead! That's right. So George, Jessica, Battler, and Maria. I'm pretty sure it's one of the first victims that was not actually dead. They're just furniture. They don't know any better. If there existed some trick that could lock the door without a master key, that would make this a great disguise for casting doubt on the servants, but If we were to suspect one of the first victims are not actually dead, I'm pretty sure they, well, I guess maybe they might not have inspected all of the bodies very well. We don't know that for sure or not. But they all died by having their, like, their innards ripped out. So I don't see how someone could survive from that. Unless it's magic. Ugh. If the culprit's goal was for us to isolate ourselves from the group so they could attack us one by one, this trick would also be effective at giving rise to paranoia. There are many reasons to lock the door. The most reasonable one is to delay the discovery of the corpse. But there is no way to lock that door without using a master key. Ellie will be like, George, pick up a gun. George picks it up. Kill him! He's got a gun! In self-defense, I'm using self-defense on George! How can you be sure there's no way to lock that door without a master key? Oh, to be furniture without worrying about needing to pay taxes. Tax season is coming up, Isn't that a devil's proof like Rudolph Nissan was talking about earlier? Maybe it was locked by some method we can't think of. But Elio, was it really Kinzo? I don't know. Even if we can't think of a way, we can't deny the possibility of some unknown trick being used. That's true too, I guess. It's not magic. It is magic! Ugh! So, is that it? We couldn't identify the bodies properly, that's what I meant. I do think that this makes Kanon and Shannon are innocent. Kanon because we saw his point of view in this death. Shannon because we could still see her face. There's smoke without fire again? Oh god, Devil's Proof again. Yeah, time to ramble about Devil's Proof. I don't know the practical details of the trick, but I have a general idea. My apologies, but if we make the assumption that Kanon-kun was the culprit, it can be explained extremely easily. Okay, but Kinzo is a bit too obvious as a fake body. Maybe it's someone else who was wrongly identified. I always ramble about Devil Survivor Proof. Yeah, I'm trying to think of... Let me take a look. Let me take a look at everyone. It's George. George did it. George did it. It was all his fault. It's Maria. She did it. Oh, Bop Chat. Welcome back. Alright, let's... Bop Chat. It was Maria. She did it! Lock her up! Whatcha? Oh wait, I meant in the first world, not in this one. Imprison the child. Do not the Umfi. Yeah, I'm trying to think on who would possibly commit this. So far, like, I don't really subscribe to the servants committed it. So my two suspicions are, of course, Kinzo and Nanjo. Because Nanjo is kind of like... Nanjo's kind of like a black sheep in terms of everything. He's not part of the family, but he's also not a servant. Nanjo makes a lot of sense if he's the doctor, yeah. And he could have a really good way of knowing how the human body works and be able to, like, rip out people's innards and stuff. I still can't think Kinzo, but IDK really. Yeah, I'm stuck between these two. I think Kinzo or Nanjo could do it. But I'm not sure which one just yet. Let's see. If we make the assumption that Kanon-kun was the culprit, it can be explained extremely easily. Even as to why there was no corpse. Huh? But Kanan-kun didn't have a master key, right? I'll be real with you, Chief. I don't need knowledge of the human body. I just need a knife for that. Okay, that's true. Putting aside the other servants, at least Kanan-kun shouldn't have been able to lock the door. And if they didn't do it, the servants would be complicit in the murder. I mean, would they? They don't know what's going on, Leonix. That's like saying, oh, you were there for a mass shooting and you didn't do anything. You are complicit. I see. So, that's why you told us to search in the closet and everywhere else, right? After we entered Jessica's room. Aunt Rosa, your mind works faster than I would have guessed from how you normally act. The brain speed of a little sister is always the big sister's -1. Huh? Right now, there's no one I need to worry about offending, which is certainly a relief. George Aniki realized she was referring to Aunt Ava. Rattler really said, you look dumb, but you're smart. He seemed a little uncertain about how we should take that sarcasm. I'm sorry. Could you explain it so even I can understand? George, you dumbass. Get on our level. What a backhanded compliment. Why even compliment her, though? Kanan-kun's master key was in Jessica-chan's pocket, closed up inside a closed room. Aunt Rosa really meant I need to pretend to be dumb to not offend Shannon's mom. Jessica's, not Shannon's. Yeah, Shannon doesn't have a mom. After the door was locked, it should have been impossible to put her in the pocket from outside the room, no matter what trick he used. That's not it, Aniki. If it was done the way Aunt Rosa's thinking of, this trick could only be used by Kanan-kun. Plus, the door could be locked without using a key, while the master key was still in Jessica's pocket. And it would also result in his corpse disappearing. The doctor used the scalpels to lock the door. How? How could he lock the door without a key? It's simple. George-kun, when you return home, you lock the door, right? You twist the knob, click, and you're done, right? Huh? Could it be... No, but Kanan-kun was nowhere to be found. Yeah, looks like you've got it, Aniki. Well, that's what Aunt Rosa was searching the room for. She was searching for Kanan-kun, who had locked the door from the inside, and stuck the key in Jessica's pocket. Before hiding somewhere, waiting for us to walk right past him. It was the simplest kind of closed room trick. It meant him hiding inside the closed room after the murder was committed. Then, all he had to do was get out after those who discovered the body left, and the closed room murder would work perfectly. Damn, rich people doors? When we searched that room, we didn't find anything. Okay, but we know that theory is wrong. Yeah. We got the red text. I wish you could go through all the red text. That would be a nice little system here. I don't think they have a system for all the... Oh, I wonder if it's in tips. Oh, there's the epitaph. Oh yeah! Let's see who we can guess who will die next. Those who remain shall praise my noble name. Yeah, that's just... Think I'd be that senile to just sit around here waiting for you to come barging in. Huh. In the theory channel, they added the red text. Oh, thank you. Let me go check. Okay, we got the red text here. So, regardless of whether they were alive or dead, the 6 certainly entered through the doors. So that was the chapel. Only one key to the chapel. Okay, we're just gonna skip over that and go to the second death. When locked, it does not permit a form of entry. No trick could have the effect of locking the door from the outside without using a key. The way that's worded, strange. When we searched that room, we didn't find anything, but for all we know, that room might have had a hidden passage that only the servants know about. Yeah, red text. So there's a little mechanic in this game where when a witch named Beatrice says something in red, that means that is like 100% the truth and not a lie. So we can use that to figure out little lies that happen. We don't know where such a thing might have been hidden. There's not the one about Kanon. Yeah, Beatrice talks and the text is red. That means she's telling the truth. Everything else is up for her interpretation. Yee. I think the emphasis is on from the outside. Yeah, let me read that again. No trick could have the effect of locking the door from the outside without using a key. So you can use a trick to lock it on the inside, basically. Oh, now we're in metaverse. Well, about that line of reasoning. I thought of that too at the very beginning. It's the kind of reasoning I hate most, so I wanted to destroy it right at the start. Especially since Beatrice has to be specific about wording, yeah. Kanon was killed in this room, right? Yeah, so here's another red text. Moshi moshi, slap desu! Hey there, Jackie! You apparently suspected that Kanon was the culprit, so you made me repeat this to destroy that possibility right off the bat. Yes, I understand. A lie by omission, yeah. So, this is what I thought next. Yo, just in time for the red truths. Yeah, let's go. Crimson red thread here for some red truths. I made a theory where there were actually 3 people in that room. Jessica and Kanon-kun were victims. We were talking about the red text you put in the Discord. Thanks again. Yeah, thank you, Jackie. And the culprit, the guest Beatrice, was also there with them. You wanted to make it the human me who committed the crime without using magic. I see. A bizarre theory that suits you perfectly. I knew she would pull out a trick like that. Yep, that's my Beatrice. I guess that you killed those 2, then locked the door from the inside. And that you carried Kanon-kun's corpse away using some secret method that normal people wouldn't notice. In other words, you used a secret door to escape. But you told me it in red. Anytime. You said no kind of hidden door existed in that room. Threw him out the window. Indeed. There can exist no secret passages that you all are not aware of. That we all are not aware of, though. Key word. All. So, there's someone here that knows of a secret passage. Oh boy. Was it Nox who said it, or was it Van Dyne? Crab Rave. Yeah, Crab Rave! Dead people! Crab Rave! It seems that in mystery novels, there must never be hidden passages. I simply followed that etiquette. So, even without having to thoroughly search the room, a famous detective could conclude that no secret passages exist. I'll probably be late in posting the red truths on the Discord tonight since I'm playing a Pokemon event right now. No worries. But thank you, Jackie. Humans playing detective have it so easy. Yeah. He can hear the red. Yeah, I don't know how he detects when she says things in red, but... I was gonna say the same. Oh wait, no. I think she means the rules of... Yeah, she's saying it. So there's no secret passage. The culprit also can't be the detective in that case. Damn you, talking so big. Murder party. Corpse party. Thanks. Thanks to the mighty witch for being so diplomatic. I get to conclude that the room has no hidden doors without searching the whole thing. Coughs, 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 coughs. Why are you sipping? Why are you using that emote? Magic, I guess. Yeah. They used magic. Ooh, ooh. Magic is real. Indeed. There are no hidden doors in this room. Crab murder party. There is no way to get in or out other than the door and the windows. The windows. There's no evil twins. I don't remember all the rules. Which means... Beatrice, Conan was killed in this room. Battler, how are you doing that with your mouth? But the theory Aunt Rose is so confident in is wrong. The idea of the corpse being thrown out of the window is still on foot. Yeah. That could be possible. Also, annoyingly, it's impossible to disprove her theory. If you, the witch, say there are no hidden doors in red, then it's settled. However, no matter how much a human like me tries to argue against her, Aunt Rosa probably won't accept it. So, like, if I'm getting it right, his whole thing is denying the existence of magic while she is obviously using magic. Yep. Humans can't prove there's no hidden door. He's just going nuh-uh the whole time, trying to prove it with, like, human reasoning. Jackie when sip. Chat, what do you mean? It's a devil's proof. Damn. She's not obviously using magic because it doesn't exist. Okay, Battler. Damn. Sure is convenient being a witch. No way! Kanon was killed in this room. Are your brains melting at the text? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm trying to figure this out, but I don't have all the info yet. To call Kanon-kun the culprit because of a hidden door we don't even know exists. Oh, feet cam. There we go. What about Jessica? Wanna highlight a thing Bito said, but IDK if I should emphasize it, LMAO. Oh. I can't accept that. If you can't accept it, then find me a different theory that's more convincing. Don't worry, I'll get MatPat. MatPat quit! There is none. Do it. Magic is real. Magic isn't real. These magic deniers, what the heck? I'm a magic truther. I've been thinking this whole time. There's no other option. Magic doesn't exist. This is like Virtue's Last Reward, but with hotter women. Damn. You really gonna say that about the Virtue's Last Reward women? I hate it here. I was thinking the same. Eh? He what? George-kun, you and Shannon-chan are close, right? If magic was real, I would beat the shit out of the boogeyman. So his ass better stay fictional if he knows what's best for him. Yeah, MatPat is retiring in March. Magic cats with magic wand is real. Ooh, and that's not a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Isn't one of the laws that there's no magic or something? Yeah. I mean, Alice is mid. I like Alice. Luna is love in life. True. Alice is pretty mid, not gonna lie. Fi and Luna are the best, and Clover, of course, but that's to be expected. I imagine that's why you find it so hard to accept that all the servants are culprits. Even I don't want to believe that Shannon-chan is in league with the culprit. But whether they're in it together or not, there's definitely a culprit, and maybe an accomplice in that group. Clover is still the 16-year-old from 999 to me. Fi is friend-shaped. You dare. Bold of you to forget Zero Time Dilemma. I like the characters, but I don't find them hot. Zero Time Dilemma has Carlos. That point alone is something you absolutely need to understand. Not sure if it'd be a spoiler to give a hint for theory, so don't look if you don't want help, but just want to at least point out that Beato, to follow the rules of Nox and or Van Dyne, if that helps any. What are the rules of Nox and Van Dyne? Huh. 999, VLR, Zero Time Dilemma, not for story, for Smasher Pass. That's what I figured. I don't think that's a spoiler, but one of the rules is no magic. Magic jokes is real. That's true. That's what I was talking about for the past 5 minutes. That point alone is something you absolutely need to understand. It's like no evil twins, no secret door. The detective isn't the culprit. They're the rules of detective fiction from 2 authors. If you guess there were wolves besides Kanon-kun, does that mean the uproar you caused by accusing Kanon-kun in Jessica's room was to gauge the reactions of the other servants? Yeah, I just say because apparently people didn't catch that line, so Ryukishi had to be very blatant in the answer arcs. Yes, that's right. And as a result, I began to suspect them even more. There certainly is a wolf among the servants. No information that the detective gets, but not us. What even is that? Oh, magic of Schrodinger? It's real and isn't real. Stand fights of part 4, not part 6. Eh? Certainly. And just like in the wolves and sheep puzzle, while they may be docile most of the time, they'll surely attack if they get the chance. Jessica-chan was a lone sheep on the boat. In Maria's version of the puzzle, they may not attack when there's an equal number of wolves and sheep, but our puzzle is different. Depending on the situation and the number of people, they'll attack even if there is a balance. Just like when Jessica-chan was killed. Then there's something that makes me mad. Okay, but I don't know if Jessica was really killed in that room, but we saw her die, though. Then, when you made Shannon go to the kitchen, you put her in a dangerous situation, didn't you? What if the body is just Kanon dressed as Jessica? Oh, I missed that stream. Yeah, so... We've seen their ghosts, last stream. Jessica and Kanon's ghosts. Which was kind of funny. But, when they came into the room and they were suspecting Kanon, Jessica was like crying about them suspecting Kanon, and Kanon was just there with her in the afterlife being like, oh, it's whatever, boo. Yeah, feet cam is over. I'm back. I'm no longer Sayori. You can no longer gently open the door to my stream. We should go to the kitchen right now too. Yeah, now I forcefully open the door. No matter who may or may not be a wolf, if staying together means we remain in balance, I think we should keep it that way. Shannon-chan went to see father along with Genji-san. At that time, she was supposedly isolated, but she wasn't killed. Was it because Genji-san wasn't a wolf either? You played Doki Doki Literature Club, yeah! I also have Monica emotes. I got some emotes of Monica. You're too slow, Bun. Dang! I think it's a bad idea to let the wolves group up and plan stuff out. I already did it. Well, dang. No Monica. Delete Monica. Only Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Wrong. It's because they were both wolves. Shannon isn't the kind of person who would take part in a crime. I can't let a comment like that slide. Not even from you, Aunt Rosa. I demand that you take back what you just said. I hate saying this in front of Aniki, but the way you're arguing feels just like something Aunt Ava might say. I wish Monica deleted me. It's like you're automatically assuming that you're right, unless we can counter your argument. Looks like you can't fight against your own blood after all, Aunt Rosa. Even I can think of myself as very praiseworthy right now. But guess what? I'm a mother. I'd become even a demon to protect Maria's safety. Oh, really? You'd become even a demon to protect Maria's safety. Can you say that again when you're beating her over the head? You were a demon to Maria. You're not much of one, Chief. Yeah, you are a demon. You are a demon to Maria. You became a demon, but not to protect Maria's safety. You became a demon to beat the shit out of your child. I really wish I could shut myself away somewhere alone with her. No, do not. Do not leave Rosa alone with her daughter. But I also plan to act as a mother to you two. Oh no, I don't want you as my mom. No. Right now you're practically my children. I gotta get out of here. Just gonna start beating me. Even if you aren't my own, I won't forsake you. No matter what, I'll beat 1,000 of my children before I see my child die. Do not let Rosa be a parent, period. Yeah, Rosa sucks. I don't want her to be my mom. Well, thanks for that. I just wanted to warn you not to be careless as your mother. No, you're not my mom. Stay where I can see you at all times. I would simply hit her with a broom, like I'm trying to get a raccoon off of the porch in the rural eastern US. I will protect you. And at the same time, you'll be observing us to make sure we aren't wolves. Yeah, thanks a lot for that. Can you, Aunt Rosa, prove that you aren't a wolf yourself? Yes, I can. That's a quick answer. How? With this. This is my proof. My gun. Aunt Rosa lifted her gun and pointed the barrel at me. But it was only for an instant. She immediately lowered the gun, laughing impishly. But to me, the time I spent staring down the barrel of that gun felt like an eternity. How does that gun prove that you aren't the culprit, Aunt Rosa? Think about it. What is this? Even I can't think of myself as very praiseworthy right now. But guess what? I am a demon to Maria. Good. True. Good meme. What if I were the culprit? Would I really give up the once-in-a-lifetime chance I got when the servants left? I could just shoot you, bang, and think of a fitting excuse later. Something like Beatrice appeared outside the window and started shooting at us. I'd might just need to leave 2 empty cartridges on the ground and say I fired back at her twice. Good meme. Excellent meme. Well, that's a crazily violent way to argue it, but it does make sense. There's something Cross Nissan used to say all the time long ago. Rosa, I don't think you shooting would compare to the corpses with the guts out. Yeah. Her saying, well, I'm obviously not suspicious because I could kill you right now isn't very good evidence. Like, Rosa, you could just be waiting to kill people. Like, that's not very good. That's not a good argument. I'm not a murderer. I could murder you right now, right? Rosa saying, I will treat you as my children. Oshidomiya pointing a gun to his children. Right? Oh, what is this? I'm just treating you like any other child I have by pointing my gun at you. Even I can't think of myself as very praiseworthy right now, but guess what? I'm Maria. Good meme. Peak. Good meme. Might is right. Maybe that really is true. I'm sorry, you two. I've somewhat lost my composure after all the crimes since this morning. You know how I normally am, so I must seem desperate and a bit short-tempered right now. I mean, when aren't you short-tempered, my queen? But please understand. Yeah, somewhat. It's just another normal day for you, Rosa. I want to protect you from a malicious culprit. Oh, protect me by being nowhere near me, Rosa. Thank you. I will become a demon to do that. You already are, girl. You already are. That's all there is to it. I'll kidnap 1,000 children. I'll beat Maria children 1,000 times before I let Maria die. God. Rosa is no queen of mine. I'm sorry for saying something that's angered you. Butler-kun, George-kun. Let's make up. No! Not until you go to anger management classes and get some therapy, girl. An unsatisfied expression rose to George Aniki's face. He probably couldn't forgive the damage done to Shannon's honor. Honestly, her having the gun is like one of the worst people you could have hold a gun, because she would probably get pissed off and just shoot people. Can you really blame her? It was for the lulz. I'm having a field day with Rosa's lines. Let me see. I'm sorry, you two. I've somewhat lost my composure after all the crimes since this morning. You know how I normally am. Desperate and a bit short-tempered. Oh, here we go. Thank you for bringing my bunny ears back, Kren. What about me? Several bits of circumstantial evidence hinted at the servant's participation. Bun Bun's got a bun bun. Thank you. I didn't want to believe that one of them was a culprit, or possibly colluding with the culprit. But in our current situation, that was little more than wishful thinking. Whom should I believe? In the first place, who is the culprit? I'm gonna believe in Maria. Are there accomplices? And if so, how many? It seems I've only been suspecting the people we know. I quickly forgot that 19th person lying hidden somewhere in the school. The guest, Beatrice, who arrived yesterday and boldly claimed to be the Golden Witch. I'm gonna Starry Bunny Boy? Yeah! In fact, I still haven't seen her face. I heard she greatly resembled the witch in that portrait. but since I haven't seen her directly, no matter how hard I try, it doesn't really feel to me like a 19th person is on the island. Always believe in the Oomphy. Yes. Believe in Maria. Wrong thing. Wrong thing. Thank you for the head pats, Kren. So, I've been subconsciously hallucinating that the culprit's one of the 18. The 19th person, not hidden, in this mansion. You believe Maria is the culprit. Bold. I do not. Maria would never do anything bad, and if she did, well, it was probably because it's Rosa that she's doing it to. Damn it. Come out, Beatrice. You haven't seen her? Good. Once you look at her, you'll be bewitched. Source. Self. If you're the bad guy, then act like the bad guy and show yourself, laughing in a high-pitched voice and mocking us. Oh, she's already doing that. Just like a bad guy in one of those dramas who, even when they're exposed as the culprit, aggressively says, "Where's your proof?" Well, here she is! She's here to laugh at you! When in doubt, it's George and Rosa's fault. Where's your proof? Mommy, laugh at me, Mommy. Shut up. No more talking. I mean, you asked for her to do that. Literally just shows up to laugh. Based. Battler 1 and Battler 2 making the same expression. Damn. There were 5 humans in the kitchen, but it was very quiet, filled only with the sound of rain. It was only accented by the sound of Shannon and Kumasawa washing the dishes. Goda was using the leftovers from breakfast and lunch as ingredients for a soup. Beatrice just laughing and leaving. I aspire to be that petty. Arrives, laughs at you, doesn't elaborate, leaves. Based. Rosa has suspected that poison might have been added to the food, so they decided to eat canned goods, but it hadn't been too satisfying. I love my bratty, bully daughter, Beato. But Goda thought she was being too cautious. I want Beatrice to laugh at me. So he was spontaneously creating a soup to be served only to those who wanted some. I need blood. Oh, don't worry. We got lots of blood here. Lots of people are dead. Shannon and Kumasawa were washing the dishes that the food had been arranged on. Finally, my magnum opus. What is this? I'm sorry, you two. I've lost my composure. I've lost my composure. I am desperate and mid. I am desperate and mid. So true. So true. This is a Rosa hate zone. On the inside, they thought maybe Godas would wash them, since he'd been the one who wanted the food arranged on plates in the first place. Updated version without the U because I have 3 IQ. Okay, I'm sorry you two. I've lost my composure. I am desperate and mid. Thank you. But they left their complaints unsaid for the time being. Genji and Nanjo were facing each other across a crude chess set that had many years of experience. I'm suspecting you, Nanjo. The game had still only just begun. And because the opening game of these experienced players had been honed to perfection, it looked like a ceremony where they just moved specific pieces in a specified order. That's a nice aroma. You wouldn't get this from canned food.
It was made only from sealed ingredients, so there won't be any poison mixed in. I am making enough for everybody, so please, eat. Of course, I will also taste for poison. Please feel secure and eat.
That really is a nice aroma. Does this smell like chloroform to you? Goto-san, the food you cook really is delicious.
Being able to create delicious food when you buy delicious ingredients is hardly special. My master taught me that a true cook needs to perfect their ability to make delicious food from whatever is on hand.
Spawn orange, bun bun, eat this. I eat fish.
I was a good master.
No poison, I swear. It's not poison. I'll test for poison. So you see, there is no poison.
Thanks to him, it looks like we'll get to enjoy some truly delicious soup. I read that as soap for a second.
Ah, yes, some delicious soup. Some delicious soap. My name's Bennett. I love eating soap.
Although, it is a shame that it was made from ingredients intended for all the family members to eat. Bennett.
I would like some poison. The poison made especially for Cusco. Cusco's poison?
I want to see Beatrice dressed up like Yzma now.
Confirmed. Elio eats soap.
My mom used to have me eat soap once as like a stop cursing thing. So I have eaten soap before. I'm sure Rosa-san is tired after everything that happened this morning. It is only natural. Beato dressed as Yzma would be too powerful. I do not want to be attracted to Yzma.
If not for eating, why make look so tasty? Yeah, why does it smell so good? Why does it gotta have like little bubbles if can't eat?
Yeah, the old soap for using bad words.
Thanks to that, we get to drink some soup made from delicious ingredients like soap.
Give me Yzma. Yetrizma.
Rosa had fervently warned everyone that they didn't understand the danger they were in, and that they must assume that poison was mixed in with the food.
Girl in purple, poison orange. The annoying orange.
The mood at the time had led them to agree, but hunger wasn't something that could be swayed by a momentary emotion like that.
Ironically, we've ended up with a soup that we normally wouldn't be able to savor. If possible, I would like to serve it to everyone in the parlor, but seeing that it would violate Rosa-sama's instructions, you had best give up on that idea. It's enough that only those who want to eat it do so.
Skillfully taking a breather when no one's looking is also an important skill for a servant, isn't it? When Kumasawa cackled, Shannon and Goda laughed too. It seemed that in this space, where only their fellow servants were gathered, they could relax quite a bit. Shannon didn't like Goda's occasional dishonesty, but she knew that there was no falsehood in his childish smile when he cooked, nor in his desire for people to enjoy his food. So, even though it was a little aggravating to be made to wash the dishes, she couldn't really hate him. However, they couldn't have dreamed that Rosa was calling them wolves in the parlor at exactly the same moment they were spending their times peacefully like this. Shannon would never. The other two? Perhaps. At that time, several of the servants heard a sound like something being dragged, and then a thump. Seemed like the sound made by a servant outside the back door when they were carrying a mountain of trash bags on a rainy day. Well, a mountain of smiling corpses. Or maybe when a servant was returning from work wearing a raincoat. So, at first, that sound didn't seem like anything out of the ordinary to any of them. Poor furnitures, they don't deserve this slander. Yeah, I think that's another body. A body has been discovered. But they soon realized. Right now, everyone was either in the kitchen or in the parlor, so who could possibly be at the back door? As the servants all looked at each other, they checked to make sure that each one of them knew what that sound meant. Who's it gonna be? Kanon. Oh, maybe! This might be Kanon's body. Who could it be? The servant knew the mansion's layout well. Might be Maria. So they understood how incomprehensible it would be for someone from the parlor to actually go outside in this typhoon. Go all the way around and come up to to this back door. If it's Kanon, that makes much more sense. Yeah, his body is missing. So, then, was it Kinzo? They couldn't imagine that Kinzo, who never left his study, would dash out into the middle of this typhoon and come to the back of the house, where only low-class people ever entered or exited. That wasn't our imagination, was it? Shannon, do you know how to solve this puzzle? Battler is talking to Mommy. Shannon and Kumasawa drew close together, fearfully looking at the back door. Yes, Battler is talking to Beatrice. Who is it? As Goda fearfully approached the back door, he called out. And his eyes flashed towards the butcher's knife that sat in a nearby sink. He didn't pick it up yet, because there was still a possibility that this was a member of the family. However, that possibility was impossible. There was no response from across the door to Goda's initial question. Maybe his voice had been so quiet that it hadn't reached through all the wind and rain outside. Genji-san. Yes. Stand back, Dr. Nanjo and the woman. Who in the world could it be? Genji took a knife with a classical design from a stationary box placed near the chess set. Oh! It was something to be used instead of a paper knife to open envelopes for statements of delivery and bills. But it was still a knife. Oh, that stuff does not hurt at all. We have paper knives here where I live. You cannot get hurt from a paper knife. So the blade on it could injure someone. Those knives are so dull. Genji hid it in his sleeve with a well-practiced motion. The knife gambit, not with that attitude. Then he approached the back door himself, giving Goda a silent nod. Goda cautiously approached the back door and slowly started to open it. Unless you douse it in glue and let it dry. It's dull, but if you're trying to hurt someone with it, you probably can't. Oh, true. Magic knife to slice poison oranges. The shadow of a person suddenly shuffled into sight, landed on its knees, and fell over. Goda fell backwards onto his backside and couldn't get up. If you're trying to hurt someone, you could stab someone with a spoon if so inclined. I guess you're right. That human shadow was soaked with rain, smeared with mud, and drenched with blood. Kanon-kun? Wait, what? Huh? Kanon-kun? Is it his corpse or... Kanon. Are you alright? Dr. Nanjo. Kanon is back to life. But we saw his ghost. Huh? We saw his ghost with Jessica. It was Kanon. His breath was feeble, and the puddles of mud he left were quickly drenched bright red. When Nanjo held him and turned him face up, there was a deep, gruesome wound right in the center of his chest, as though he'd been stabbed there by a spear or something. Oh my god, he didn't die from that! Jeez! God damn it, I wanted to record a cool combo with Rosa beating Battler and George with the caption, "I will treat you as my children," but all the flashy moves she has comes with spoilers. Ah. Even now, deep red blood poured out from there. Did she say he died in red? Huh. He was talking as a ghost. Like, what? Yeah, this is so weird. Because he was with Jessica and they were both dead. This is horrible. Guess the fatal wound was delivered in the room, so he was still killed there. We know, Kanon died in that room. So why is he... Yeah, that was red text. That's true. Y'all are gaslighting me. I didn't see that. It's true. He didn't die in that room. A first aid kit. He was killed there. What's the difference? If you die, you are killed. He came back to life. He still lived and is going to die now. No, Elio. Kanon is Jesus Christ. People die when they are killed. Exactly. Lazarus style? Hypothetically, if you stab me in USA... Uh-huh. Kanon-kun, place your hand against the wound. Please, push firmly. I walk away until I die from my wounds in Canada. Did you kill me in Canada or USA? Okay, that is true. Okay. Let's carry him to the bed in the servant room. No amount of Shido-isms will get you out of this one. Everyone, please, lend a hand. Come now, Kanon-san. I think that's what's happening. Please, hang in there a little longer. Lazarus is the name of the guy that Jesus revived after he was dead for 4 days. Huh. Did Beatrice, like, revive him? Or something? To make him more suspicious? Hang in there. It'll be okay. So don't take your hand from the wound. Wounded in USA, so crime was in USA. At any rate, let us carry him to the servant room. Kumasawa, inform Rosa-sama that we have found Kanon. Hypothetically, if I chop you up and put you in a meat grinder, and the only thing the rest of you is your eye, you are probably dead. Wait. That doesn't make sense? Not Rosa-sama. No, I'm not. Please wait. The answer is probably magic. Yeah, magic is real! Ooh. Kanon-san said, not Rosa-sama. Not adding anything to this conversation. I just wanted to quote Germa. What do you mean, Kanon-kun? Magic isn't real. There's no time for that. She's not allowed to intervene like that. Let us quickly carry him to the servant room. Oh, yeah. Kumasawa, do not tell Rosa-sama yet. In fact, she's trying to prove that there is magic. So the only explanation is that there's a second witch who can interfere in ways that Beatrice can't. Not only, but when... You might be onto something, Barn. There might be another witch here. Beatrice didn't do it, but... Could be a different witch. We'll do it after we hear the situation from Kanon. Oh. Take a moment. Stretch out. When I say she can't intervene, I mean that it would be unfair for the mystery. I don't think it's Beatrice. Yeah. It would be too easy for it to be Beatrice. Yeah, it could be another witch though, yeah. Current theory is either Kinzo, Nanjo, or a second witch. Yes. He had told them not to tell Rosa right after appearing in the state. This whole time, I've kept hearing a random beep from my earphones at random times. Oh, is everything okay, Twy? I just realized it's when I get notifications on my phone. Isn't that against the Nox thing? What is the Nox thing? Alright then, keep your secrets. Jackie's having a field day with our theory making, I bet. This could only mean something very disquieting. Do you want me to copy paste all Nox rules? Yes, I don't know what Nox rules are. An eerie anxiety rose to their faces. Oh, the no rooms, no twin brothers, and no detective is the killer thing? If you'd like, yeah. Nox 10 Commandments of Detective Fiction. Okay, let me see. Oh wait, oh it's on the other side, okay. Criminal must be someone mentioned in the early part of the story, but must not be anyone whose thoughts the reader has been allowed to follow. Okay, so it's definitely not Battler. All supernatural or preternatural agencies are ruled out as a matter of course, so no magic. Not more than one secret room or passage is allowable. We've already gone over that. No hitherto undiscovered poisons may be used, nor any appliance which will need a long scientific explanation at the end. No Chinaman must figure in the story. What's that mean? No accident must ever help the detective, nor must he ever have an unaccountable intuition which proves to be right. The detective must not himself commit the crime. The detective must not light on any clues which are not instantly produced in the inspection of the reader. The stupid friend of the detective, the Watson, must not conceal any thoughts which pass through his mind. His intelligence must be slightly, but very slightly, below that of the average reader. Twin brothers and doubles generally must not appear unless we have been duly prepared for them. That second rule, though, if Beatrice follows the Nox, then isn't that saying magic doesn't exist? Beatrice has proved herself non-existent. Let's hurry and carry him. That's what I said earlier. And so I don't want to think the culprit is a secret witch we haven't heard of. Okay, yeah, that does make sense. Okay, then I'm gonna stick with my Kinzo and Nanjo theory then. Chinaman means no random ass person that came out of nowhere is the culprit. Okay, so no Beatrice. Quickly, quickly. Counterpoint. Those are the rules that Battler must use if he wants to prove that there is no magic. Oh, but Beatrice. Beatrice counts because she was mentioned in the story. Oh, that's true. Okay, so it's what Battler has to follow, but not Beatrice. Is what you're saying? Kanon's wound was unbelievably deep. And judging from Nanjo's pale face, it was a miracle that he was still conscious. This is horrible. He appears to have been stabbed by something like a spear. If it hasn't reached the lungs, I might be able to do something. At any rate, we must stop the bleeding. Battler can't find a proof that a human can have done it. He must accept it was Beatrice. So the human Beatrice would use magic, and that is allowed? No matter how much Nanjo tried to wipe off that gushing deep red blood, he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He couldn't wipe it all away. She doesn't have to follow them at all. And each time, the wound was aggravated, causing Kanon to cry in anguish. Kanon-kun! 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 I'm not like, oh, it was Steve that was the murderer, who only showed up literally right now to reveal himself to be the culprit. Yeah. So that rules out a second witch, because we haven't seen a second witch yet. Hang in there, hang in there! And I can't believe that. Magic is not real. Magic is real! Dr. Nanjo. At least not strictly. Here's a new towel. If it was just magic, then well, it was magic, so sucks to suck, Battler. How horrible. Yeah, it's just that Beatrice prefers to use the rules, but it's not a hard rule or anything. What is his condition? We're still in the early stages. We've seen someone. Lambda Delta. Lambda Delta? Well, we've seen Brincastel. In all honesty, this is so severe that I cannot believe he is alive. Maybe the location of the wound was fortunate. But the blood loss is too horrible. Just curious why Kanon was a ghost anyway. Yeah, why was he a ghost but now he's alive? A blood transfusion is necessary. That will be impossible until tomorrow. Understand a lot better on Beato's thought process. Wait, no, I mixed it up with another game, sorry. Yes, that name. Yeah, Brincastel. I'm hearing there's another witch is a possibility. Possibly? Rosa-sama, to us. Don't talk, Kanon-kun! How dare you sip in that tone of voice? Pretty sure he's dying, so like, Your wound will open! Rosa-sama came to Milady and me, and... What did you say? Rosa-sama did? Oh, could that mean? Rosa, that fiend! Are you certain? Yes, I'm certain. It was Rosa-sama. Come now, don't speak anymore. Question, whose thoughts did we get? We've gotten Battler. Did we get Jessica earlier? I think Kanon. We've gotten Kanon's thoughts and Shannon's thoughts, I think. Before the murder started happening. I don't think we've gotten Maria's thoughts. We've gotten Rosa's thoughts, but not Maria's. Kumasawa-san, please grab another first aid kit. Battler, Rosa, Kanon, Shannon. Anyone else? Might have been Jessica, but I'm not sure. I don't think we got Maria's thoughts now. What is it? Do what you've been trying to do for 6 years and finish the job. Stop being weak. Innocence will die. No! Do not hurt the Umfi. So those four should be innocent. Genji-san. It is possible Rosa-sama do such a thing? I do not know. Disregarding Nanjo and Kumasawa, who were struggling hard and strained with blood as they tried to stop the bleeding, Genji and Goda faced each other. Because if what Kanon had said was the truth... Oh, whoops, what did that say? I missed that last dialogue. The culprit had said was the truth. Rosa was the culprit who killed Jessica. Curse you, Rosa. Kanon is dead. We saw his ghost. Can we really trust him? Yeah, this is so weird because we've seen Kanon's ghost. Are you just supposed to believe that's not real?
Curse you, Rosa. How could you do that to Milady?
Who else would that be? Maybe one of the demons that were earlier. Maybe they're posing as Kanon. Kanon being controlled or what? I'll kill you, I'll kill you! Ugh! Kanon screamed even more hatefully. His hate-filled voice made it seem like he was seeing Jessica being harmed right before his eyes. Kanon being controlled or what? I don't know. There should be non-magical explanations for Battler. The demons aren't real, since magic isn't real. Certainly, Rosa Selma may have had a reason to kill Milady. If everyone in the Usudomiya family were destroyed, the inheritance would all go to Rosa Selma. If so, Battler Selma and George Selma are in danger. Not only is Rosa Selma holding a gun, but right now, they're the only ones in the lounge. So what if Beatrice disguised herself as Rosa? I mean, possibly. Maybe. It's a possibility. I don't know. Solution being a human committed the crime, but magic was used to fake evidence seems weird. It has to be a human explanation, yeah. Genji-san, isn't this situation quite perilous? Shannon suddenly ran out into the corridor. Her expression was complex and tragic, as though she didn't know what to believe. Oh, is Shannon gonna be okay? Shannon's alone now. Shannon ran. To where? The inside of the mansion had been scrupulously cleaned, so it probably wouldn't be that easy to find. Shannon, no, please. She might find it if she searched the rose garden, but they'd probably all been lost in this wind and rain. So Kanon did die, as in his heart stopped temporarily. But he was still able to stumble out and live for just a bit longer. I don't know. I don't know what to believe, because we saw his ghost a long time after they discovered Jessica's body, is the thing. Like, it wasn't immediately seeing his ghost, so like, I don't know. Something's a lie. It's either this Kanon is not real or that ghost was not real. That's right. The boiler room isn't cleaned very often. All the way from the room to the kitchen, I just can't believe it. Yeah, but is it really a long time after, or just that it seems like a long time? Because the changing point of view and stuff, I don't know. But it was a while since they found Jessica's dead body, I'm pretty sure. If she went there, she might be able to find it. It could have just been a few minutes in real time. Yeah, I don't know. I really do not know. Shannon ran downstairs to find that in the underground boiler room. Oh, not the boiler room! That's where Kanon died last time. And that was the third Twilight! That is not a good room to be in right now, Shannon! Did some medicine take effect at the brink of death? Oh. Got a bot chat. Alright. Was Cannon really killed before Jessica? No, he was not. Jessica died before he died. We know that for a fact. Because Jessica stopped Kanon from getting killed. Like, we saw the fight. Nothing to get out of the situation right now. True, whatever attacked could have just knocked him out of the way since Jessica took priority. Yeah, but what I mean is, so canon living as possible, as we have the proof in front of us. But Elio, are you caffeinated? I am not. I don't like caffeine. my stomach can't handle it. Canon living as possible, as we have the proof in front of us. I don't know. See, I don't know. I just don't know. I need more information. Did some medicine take effect at the brink of death? Or was Kanon finally beyond feeling pain? For the time being, at least Kanon's painful gasping has subsided. Hanjo apparently didn't view this as a very good sign, and he didn't let his eyes off Kanon for a second. Kumasawa firmly gripped Kanon's hand and kept encouraging him so that the willpower keeping him alive didn't fade away. Genji and Goda seemed uncertain how to respond to the truth Kanon had risked his life to deliver. Rosasama's gun surely has 4 or 5 shots loaded. That is no small number. But loading cartridges into a Winchester should require quite a lot of practice. She might be able to get 1 shot off, but if everyone attacks her at once, we should be able to take the gun from her before she shoots again. And people were saying that people die when they are killed. The red text though, yeah, wasn't there a red text that said that he is dead? Beatrice said that he is dead, so... And it was red. We may have a doctor on this island, but we have no access to medicine and no hospital. Didn't Beatrice say that he died in that room? Kanon was killed in the room, not... Oh! Oh. That's what you meant. Okay. Oh. Okay. I'm still confused about the ghost thing. I'm still confused about what the ghost thing was supposed to be if Kanon is alive, but... We may have a doctor on this island, but we have no access to medicine and no hospital. But that might have been Golden Land Kanon, I don't know. From like the first loop, maybe that was that Kanon. Who knows? If the location of the shot is bad, that person will die. I understand that. But more importantly, if we don't move quickly, there's a chance another crime will occur. Kanon 1 makes sense. Yeah. So these two statements can live at the same time. That was Kanon 1 and Jessica 1, like watching what happened. Maybe. It seems to me that Rosa-sama managed to cleverly chase us out. You're thinking too hard on this, since magic is real. Maybe George-sama and Battler-sama are being killed right now. Statement 1, Kanon died in the room. Statement 2, we saw Kanon and Jessica's ghosts. Statement 3, Kanon is alive right now. Yeah. So just because we saw Kanon and Jessica's ghosts doesn't mean that Kanon of this universe definitely died. That could have been the Kanon and Jessica that got to the Golden Land in the first chapter. Those 3 are all possible if those were the World 1 version. Yeah. Okay. Being killed in the room doesn't mean he died in the room. Yeah. So he can still be alive. And we can still have the ghosts. Those were just World 1 ghosts. Like watching everything. If our foe is so dangerous, Wouldn't it be better if we didn't provoke him too much?
But tomorrow is still a long way off. We can't even imagine what strategy she might use.
We did it, guys. We can solve the Kita case. Gotta get L in on this.
Genji-san, we should take action first.
I don't think they would be the ones of World 1. That would be such a nasty mislead. Yeah, that sure would be a nasty mislead, wouldn't it? It wanted us to think that they were dead. By showing us these ghosts, making us think they were dead. That definitely would be a nasty mislead if it happened, wouldn't it? I mean, using ghosts as evidence is a bit off. It would be shitty for the story. It wouldn't really be shitty for the story. It's a red herring. It's a red herring is what it is.
If we can at least steal the gun under some pretext, it might work out.
There are 4 or 5 cartridges, are there not?
I have a nasty mislead considering Battler is the World 1 version viewing everything.
Yeah, this isn't the first time we've seen World 1 characters observing stuff.
That means there aren't enough to kill us all. New video idea. Could L solve Umineko? As long as we don't carelessly provoke her, surely even Rosa-sama wouldn't be that rash. No, she said it. Either way, it's very misleading. Holy, wait. What are you cooking, Twy? She said she'll massacre all of us. Question though. Did the Vine Border show up when the Ghost Kana and Jessica showed up?
I don't think so.
Can't throw red herring, have no explanation for it, and contradict it 5 pages later. Yeah, but Battler is in a game with Beatrice. Leonix clearly has not played Higurashi. Kanon, who they thought was sleeping quietly, suddenly started talking brightly. Leonix, I present you this piece of evidence. Twin brothers, and doubles generally, must not appear unless we have been duly prepared for them. Almost as though he'd been awake this whole time and had suddenly opened his mouth. Kanon looked firm and steady, which relieved Nanjo a bit, but considering the depth of that wound, he couldn't wipe away a certain creepy feeling. Man got tricked because of a made-up rule. Beatrice would run circles around that sugar-crazed hikikomori. We have been prepared for them. We literally followed their story for like 10 streams. Yeah. He knew because he was a doctor. Why would World 1 Jessica be so torn about this? When World 1 Battler doesn't care that much about the dead family too? 'Cause she loves Kanon! You fool! She was upset because everyone was calling Kanon the victim. That's why she was upset. After losing so much blood, Kanon might easily have lost consciousness. All Kanons are her Kanon, you fool! And yet somehow, he was still intensely aware of his surroundings. Was it youth? Only if the double twin was never hinted beforehand. They're not the culprits. They're just victims. Yeah, what Twice said.
I don't know who Pelmeni is.
Or was it tenacity? Sometimes the power of human life surpassed common knowledge. While stopping the bleeding, Nanjo had groped around a bit inside the bleeding hole with tweezers, making sure there was no foreign objects inside the affected area. Ugh! She can still be upset at another version of Kanon being accused of killing her, since she firmly believes there's not a single version of him that would dare hurt her. Yeah. And the great depth of the wound had shocked him. It had certainly reached as far as his lungs.
Like, by that line of reasoning, saying that Jessica would not be upset over seeing this world's Kanon be suspected, then why should Battler from World 1 at all care about what happens during this game? They're not his family members, right? Do you see how, like, weird that sounds? 'Cause no, he does care about them. It certainly reached as far as his lungs, and yet... No, but the fact that he's still alive is wonderful. I already said, I don't know who Pelmeni is. But Kanan had spoken clearly. He'd hatefully stated that the one named Rosa made this wound, cursing and raging, over and over and over. Huh? She wants to kill everyone by any means necessary before the typhoon passes, so that she can have the Master's wealth all to herself. Why are your eyes red? Why are his eyes red? She told me that clearly. I don't know. We were able to prove that the Kanon ghost might not have been this Kanon, but those red eyes. Is this one of the demons pretending to be Kanon? Damn. His eyes are red because he sees the truth. What a person. Genji-san, what should we do? If it was World 1, it would be sloppy writing to use a rule of the world. It hasn't been explained to make a red herring. I disagree with that, Leonix. Yeah. I don't really get that. Are there any weapons we can... I find it hard to believe. This is a 4-part question arc and 4-part answer arc. There's a lot we just don't know. To think that Rosa-sama would say something like that. We're not meant to solve anything until at least question arc 4. Yeah. So having missing information at question arc 2 is justified. Yeah. There are already reasons to believe that it being World 1 is plausible. Yeah. Kenji-sama. This isn't a question of whether you believe or not. Okay, I'm a little curious. Did his thing update? Okay, no. She told me. I heard it. Why won't you believe me? Don't get up. You'll harm your wound. The theory could be wrong, yes, but it would not be an ass pull. Yeah. Kanon sat up on the bed, speaking to Genji, who didn't seem to be willing to believe Kanon's story. Nonsense. If I don't solve everything in question arc 1, I am Junpei Iori, ace defective. IDK if I can handle that shame. She'll definitely kill all of us. Like, yes, it's possible to reach the answer with one arc, but it's intended for the average reader to be able to solve everything after episode 4. She must have killed everyone in the parlor by now. If we don't kill her first, we'll definitely be killed first. Just like how I was killed first. Everyone else will also be killed first. Kill or be killed. Kill or be killed, or kill or be killed. Kanon-san, does that really not hurt? Oh, this? This is nothing. What do you mean it's nothing? You're... Oh, thank you for the hydrate. He is acting very odd. I think it's the eyes that are catching me off guard with this, though. I mean, he could obviously be upset because of Jessica being dead, but still, oh my god. It really isn't a big deal. It doesn't even hurt anymore. It's really nothing. As Kanon-san said that, he began to untie the bandages that had been painstakingly wrapped. The gruesome hole in his chest was immediately exposed. Oh, thank you for the head pat, Smoggy. Whatever theory we have right now, Kanon showing up right now has thrown a wrench into everything. Yeah. Kanon-san. I think, like, at the very least, it's practically impossible to interpret these scenes without episode 3. You mustn't do that. Lie down, quickly. I'll just assume Demon has Kanon for the time being. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I said it's fine. Hey. I mean, him shrugging off lethal wounds and just saying it doesn't hurt when he was just dying 2 seconds ago is pretty important too, Elio. See? Just as Beatrice intended. This is nothing, right? Him showing up was fine. The issue I have is him staying there. Kanon showed off his gaping wound, which was still slowly spitting out foamy blood. That fiend. Everyone averted their eyes reflexively. Look, I told you it wasn't a serious wound at all. Stop! You mustn't play with the wound! Come on, see? Why is he doing this? Ugh. So he's just able to get that much of a wound? Anyway, I think I'm gonna end here for the night, everyone. I need some time to think about this stuff, and it is starting to get late. So, is he like drugged? But that still looks off. His portrait's not showing. Yeah. That's the thing that's saying that like Kanon's body is gone. But that it's been showing for a while now. This demon is playing with Kanon's body. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. One of those demons that showed up earlier might be possessing his body or something. I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, we're gonna end here, everyone. So, thank you guys for coming. We will be... What are we gonna be doing? What are we gonna be doing tomorrow? Little Goody Two Shoes and Limbus. So that's what we are gonna be doing tomorrow.